But we're going to go back to something that we are both eager to get back into right now. Get back home or get back to playing. Our NCAA 14 Dynasty updates. I started last time, so I'll let you go first. How are things at JMU? Are you still at JMU?
I am still at JMU. If I remember correctly, last one, I was in the middle of year 11. Yeah, that's what it was. I had to play it was mid-year 11. I started that season ranked 5th. Senior quarterback Larry Nelson, senior running back Maurice Holland started the season 1 and 2 in the Heisman race. Quarterback got injured week 5 and was out until the national championship. Our backup quarterback came in. He was like a 90-something overall too, so we were fine.
Okay.
Ran the table, got to the national championship. And if you guys remember, my entire goal was to stay at JMU until I get the Michigan job.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, I found out that it was the last year on Jim Harbaugh's contract. And who else do we play in the national championship but number 2 Michigan? And it was, man, I was so hyped over here. I was like ready to go. I was like all up, ready to play. And then I got my butt handed to me early. I was down like 30-7, something like that. Like it was bad early.
Oh wow.
But then I came to life in the second half and ended up beating them 45-44.
Let's go.
I got a touchdown with like a minute left. And kind of the theme of how we end the show here, I didn't go for that extra point. I ended up going for 2. Got it. And won 45-44. And then Jim Harbaugh re-signed instead of retiring. I thought he was going to retire. He re-signed. It's like a 6-year deal. And my headset just died. I'll keep going though. So I stayed at JMU. I had a couple good offers, almost took them. Decided to stay. We started the season ranked 3rd. I believe I'm in week 8 now. Still undefeated. Quarterback, running back are obviously gone. Got new guys in there. And we're looking good so far. I think we're number 2 right now. I didn't expect to be at JMU at this point.
Yep.
So what I started doing was I was like, well, if I'm here and Harbaugh just resigned, I'm probably here for a few years. So I started making custom prospects.
Yeah.
And I made me, my dad, and my brother.
Let's go.
My brother played quarterback, so I was like, okay, you're a quarterback. I made myself like a guard, and then I made my dad a defensive tackle because that's what he played.
Nice.
I was able to recruit my brother and my dad. Couldn't talk myself into coming to my own school though. Apparently, I got locked out on myself. I got out recruited. He's going to the top 3 schools are Pittsburgh of all places, Michigan of course, and I want to say Washington. It's all over the place,
right?
And I was number 4 or 5, but I got pushed out. So, but got my brother as a quarterback and my dad as a D tackle. So, sat at those positions for a few years. Sucks I didn't get myself though.
Yeah. You didn't get the Michigan job, and you didn't get yourself.
And if he goes to Michigan, I swear,
you're right.
Oh, man.
You got to play them just to see. No, look, what do you put those guys at?
For sure.
What do you put your guys at? Like, do you put them at like a 70 or an 80, or do you go 99 it? Like, what do you put those guys if you do customize a prospect?
So I never do a 99. Colin, send me height, weight, all that stuff. I'll make whoever wants to be in my dynasty, send me your info. I'll put you in. And
let's go.
If I don't get you, I'll keep track of which school you go to. I'll get you your stats. I'll do everything. I'll do all that.
That's good.
That'll be a part of the weekly update, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
But so I just kind of, for example, with my brother, I know what kind of 40 he runs, all that kind of stuff. So I go and try and find based off the games like what 40 time is what speed, and
Gotcha.
I just like knowing his like throw power, throw accuracy, I kind of go off that. So I think my brother was like an 80, 82, somewhere in there, like 5-star, but it was a solid prospect. But and then it was a bit harder for the linemen for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think me and my dad both ended up as like 80s, somewhere in there. Yeah, Colin, send me whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be truthful. If you want to be a 6'7" wide receiver with 95 speed, I'll make it.
Right.
And just hope to God that I get you.
Right. Oh man, yeah. So from our last update, I was at Temple. I had 2 stellar years, 1 loss years in each, but still got kept out of the title game. I couldn't get higher than I think 4th or 5th. Oh. So I would get to like the Orange Bowl or I get something like that. Last time I played LSU, and they had the Heisman. Remember, I had my receiver that was going for the Heisman. He didn't have the conference championship because we moved to the independent. So the LSU guy did, and that quarterback won the Heisman. We had to play them in the national championship. In the bowl game, and ended up winning 24-21. I didn't matter because, like I said, at that point, I was on my way out. Yeah. Went to the coaching carousel again, was ready to go, declined the extension. I was ready to get out of there. And nobody, and I mean nobody, offered me a contract. Man. Nobody. And so I didn't give up. Like the next year we lost 3 games, but I just stopped. So I basically did what SMU did and did the death penalty. Just totally trashed all the recruits, went straight down, and I just left that program. So I'm no longer at Temple. But I realized one of the only programs that was able to get me from then on, I could be a coach, and now I'm an offensive coordinator at the University of Idaho.
Yeah.
It's
the Vandals, right?
Yeah, the Vandals. Let me tell you something, man. The crowd size is very small. I think it's something like 50 some odd thousand. It's not that much. And Alex, people don't want to come play for the Vandals. Recruiting is awful, man. Like I can't get anybody over a 65. It's rough, man. So the first year, I'm not gonna speak about it. I had to sim through it because when my starting quarterback was a 70, and it was like, this guy, he had like a 50 speed. I mean, his 76 throw accuracy and like a 75 throw power. So he ain't throwing that thing far. It was rough. Ouch. It was rough. So that's when I told you guys in the group chat that I was making I had made my own playbook. I had to, because none of the plays in any playbook that I had tried were working. And the first couple games, obviously I scheduled teams that were collegiately good, but not maybe perennially good. So like an Auburn, a Marshall, teams that like I would feel like I would have a good opportunity against. A Maryland, teams that I think I could beat them. No, got stopped. wasn't even close. Like I would try to keep pace with them, but then since I'm only an offensive coordinator, I can't play defense. Yeah. So I can't keep pace with these guys scoring 28, 35, 42 points, and I'm just. I don't have a long field goal kicker. It's been rough. Mm-hmm. This last year, I believe we are 5-3, lost to Auburn in a closer game. So we ended up getting only 2 decent recruits, and essentially it was what we had talked about, what we do in recruiting, where you get some recruits early, all the ones that lock you out and everything, you just kind of erase all them, and you just start looking through who are the best recruits that are available, at whatever position. I got 2 guys that were athletes. Both one was like a 70, one was a 77, one was a 78. So I was able to recruit them. I got a quarterback, Andy Hicks. He's got a 90 speed, but he's got like a 70 throw accuracy. He's
an option quarterback.
Yeah, those interceptions that are a screen pass. Like he's not doing it. My running
perfect
back
for the Army system.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, and I run a lot of spread, a lot of read option. And so a lot of my passes are screen passes or those quick little spot passes, the inside, what's it called? The jailbreak screen where they come across the middle and the line moves up. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a lot of high percentage passes. Every time I try to throw deeper than 20 yards, it gets picked off because the ball just hangs in the air for a year. You know what I mean? So right now we're dealing with that. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any other position that I have outside of quarterback and running back that is higher than a 71, I think. Like it's rough, man. It's rough. So it's been slow and steady. I've been trying to stick it out through these games, but they've been rough. Still offensive coordinator here. But one thing I like, though, is at the end of each season that you don't leave, it shows your points per season. Like how much what's your average points per game, and then where that ranks in the country. So my first year, my points per game was like 17. Like I wasn't scoring anything. And so it showed like it was, in the hundreds, like late 90s and hundreds. Over the last, so this is my third season here. Over the last 2 years, I've gone up from about 90 to about mid 70s to this year, I'm in the 50s. Coming into this year 50. So it's like, okay, we're getting better. Obviously, I tried to choose the lesser talent, lesser competition. I mean, because it's been kind of rough. I don't like getting blown out.
It's hard to sit there and watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you have defensive linemen, returning fumbles 70 yards,
Yeah.
That reset button is real close, man. I don't.
Believe me, yeah.
Like, I can't do that. So we shall definitely see. Hopefully, we make a bowl game and go from there. But I'm pretty happy with staying here in Idaho and seeing what I can bring. I don't want to be the coach. I like just being the offensive coordinator. So I like it.
See where that can spring you job wise.
Oh yeah. I do kind of have a football last name. Oh yeah, Pashu. May have to think of some like smoke or coolant.
Yeah,
or like a bumper
or tank.
Tank, right?
Yeah.
Tex.
Yeah.
I love it. Look,